Hello everybody, it's the 18th of July and my Gingko has been growing quite happily, and in some cases it's thrown out some quite long branches that I now need to cut back a little, and I need to remove some bits of wire. I'm going to make this a timey-wimey video. I don't think I'll be doing enough work today to make this a particularly interesting video. If you've not seen this tree before, if you're new to the channel or whatever, there is a playlist which will be linked in the end screen and in the description down below, and you can go back and look at earlier videos as this tree has been progressing along the way. So what am I going to do? Well, for a start I want to remove this extra long section. It's grown quite well. I'm just cutting back to an outward facing bud. I need to remove this bit of wire. It is beginning to cut in, but the scarring is not too bad, so I'm quite happy that I've decided to do that today. Good timing. Leave it much longer and it probably would have cut in. I prefer to unwrap wire rather than some people advocate cutting the links or the loops as it goes around, but I always think I can reuse that. This is aluminium wire, it's not copper wire, so it doesn't need all the annealing and things, so it gets hard and stiff, and it just retains its properties. And once I straighten that out, I've got a perfectly reusable piece of wire. And those branches seem to be holding quite nicely too, so that's good. Drop me scissors. Okay, I'm gonna again cut this back quite sharply. A dead twig which has come from neighbour's dead tree that's overhanging my garden. They have told me they're going to take it down. I'm hoping that it's going to go down before we get the autumn storms, otherwise that's liable to bring it down anyway. And as the prevailing wind aims at my house, probably come my way. Okay. Just keep chopping them back. I'm pleased with that. I just want to remove a few leaves that are obscuring this rather handsome trunk. That's better. When you've got a chunky trunk like that, you don't really want to hide it. Brilliant. There. We'll come back and look at this in another month or two. It's the 7th of November today, and my Gingko is colouring up really rather nicely. There's a couple of little things I'd like to do to it before it goes fully dormant. I've got a couple of long growths, and this one in particular I would like to put a bit of wire on before it goes fully woody. So I'm going to start by doing that. if you're new to my channel, I often say don't look to me for wiring tips. My wiring is at best down and dirty, and probably would get frowned upon in any sort of bonsai competition, but it does get the job done. And in this case, I just really want to bring this branch down to a more horizontal. I'm knocking off these branches as I go because I want to give the tree a little bit more width. I've had this tree probably 30 years, and I grew it for a long time and chopped it. It had a major chopping just here, and another chop at the top here, and was heavily neglected for many years when as my children were growing and work was busy. Bonsai kind of took a back seat in my life, and so it's probably not as far advanced. Well, it's definitely not as far advanced as someone could make it if they'd kept concentrating on it for 30 years, but hey ho, I didn't, and moaning about that I won't change it. So I think actually I want to put a little bit of wire on here as well. Again, this mud is still relatively supple, so now's a good time to give it that bend, just to bring it away from the branch next door. That's better. Okay, and normally I would say I'm leaving the tree to go dormant, and I wouldn't prune it back just yet, but I'm actually going to bite the bullet on this one. This isn't actually the leader of the tree, not fully anyway. But I want to bite it back to there, just to keep the tree's silhouette, and not have that one piece sticking out like a sore thumb, as it were. Pop the can in for scale, in case I didn't in the earlier part of this video. I honestly can't remember now, and we'll give you a quick 360. As I say, it's turning that beautiful buttery yellow, but it's a race at the moment whether just me touching it is knocking the leaves off, whether the leaves hang on. Storm Kiran, Chiran, or whatever it was actually named. It seemed to have a different name depending on which weather station you were listening to. Put paid to a number of my trees autumn show by blowing the leaves away, but never mind. And then we have it for another one. I do appreciate you all watching. Thank you so much. Do all the usual YouTube things. Like, subscribe, comment below. But most of all, please stay safe, everybody.